Hi everybody, welcome to this video. This is Richie the Blind Hedgehog and I'm here with this adorable avocado guy. Katie, this guy came from you. Yeah, I really like him. He's really adorable. He's on my bed very regularly and I wanted to put him with my corn and with the kiwis. He goes really well with them, so he doesn't necessarily have a name, but he's really adorable. I really enjoy watching his sparkling wrinkle. I still managed to use the wrong word. Anyway, so in this video I would like to give you an adorable quick view on the package that I just received today. They contain adorable, lovely plushies I came across. I don't exactly remember how. I was actually looking for some plushy planets and I had a hard time doing so. And I don't know exactly how I came across these guys, but I found some celestial buddies, and they are planet plushies. And when I saw these guys, I just couldn't help myself. I needed to collect them. I'm trying at this moment to remember when I saw them for the first time, but I really can't manage to. I can't recall it. It's really, yeah. It's too far away, I'm afraid. Even though I just seen these guys quite lately. So, and then I had a quick view on YouTube to see if someone actually already made videos about them. But I decided to make my own videos about them as well. They're quite expensive, so I decided to collect just 2 of them to see how they turn out. Because I was actually not quite sure about the size. And I have to say the size is quite lovely. And I'm gonna make different video parts, starting with this one, and depending on when I get the next 2 ones, I might just make another part of the video. I'm not gonna collect all of them because they're quite expensive, and I'm just gonna collect my favorite planets and moons and stuff. So anyway, I'm just gonna open it up and show you what they look like. I just cannot remember when I saw it for the first time. Maybe on Amazon? I don't know exactly. Maybe it was. So, personally, I wanted to collect my 2 all-time favorites, the Sun and Jupiter. Yeah, well, I was quite intrigued by the Sun. So, the Sun is right here. Yeah, I know they're a little... on each other. Here's the Sun. Sun on his foot. That sun has a nice detail. Little face. And I'm gonna open them. So as you can see, it is something like a 12-inch diameter, something like that. It is. It's not the smallest plushie. And then we have Jupiter, who is just a little bit smaller, I think. Not much. Oh my god, I'm so charmed by it, really. I was a little afraid that Jupiter wasn't available because I looked him up in the original shop of the seller, which is a German guy, and I couldn't find Jupiter, so I was like, huh? And I really wanted to have a Jupiter, but obviously he still isn't stock, and here he is. Can't believe he came. Oh my god. So obviously he's a little smaller than the Sun, but we're gonna remove the plastic bags and see what they look like. Really glad to see his little stripes. I'm gonna cuddle this one so bad. And here they are. I must say they are incredibly charming. I never thought I would be so charmed by them. Can't believe actually they were never plushy planets before, and I'm really glad that I could collect some of them, especially Jupiter, which for some reason always attracted my. I was always very attracted to Jupiter. I have no idea why. Even when I was in high school already, I even have pictures of Jupiter on my diary. Well, yeah, for some reason. And well, I'm gonna show you the sun first. So the sun has long hair, a bit of a long coat, just like an animal, with all shades of yellow, orange, and red. The sun is very cuddly because of that reason. You can mess up the hair a little to make him maybe look a little more realistic, like the sun would actually be looking like in space. Because mine was pretty well well brushed like this. But you can actually mess up the hair a little bit just to make it a little more sunny. As you can see, the face is really adorable. This is just a little piece of fabric that's coming out the mouth, and the eyes are plastic. And obviously the hair seems to be a little shorter around the face. And here you have really messy, furry, sunny-like, plushy hair, which makes the sun very, very cuddly, also for young children. And here you have the same. So I don't know actually if I like the sun messy or more like this. It looks so new. So there you go. I've been looking for these in secondhand, but looks like nobody has them yet. Well, I don't really know why they're so expensive. They go for something, yeah. I think I paid like 55 euros for the sun, and about 39 for Jupiter. So, but I really wanted to get them. I've been trying to convince myself not to, but, well, it's kind of true that I wanted to find out that they had Jupiter, because a Jupiter plushie is something that I was really wanting for so long. So this is the sun. As you can see, my hand on him. So a little child will have a pretty big plush to hold if he gets the sun like this. I would say something like about 11 or 12 inch in height, something like that. It is, yeah. It is almost the size of a soccer ball. Almost, but it's really something like that. And you have the sun here. It's a sun on its foot. And you have the beautiful facts, of course. Celestial bodies. You have the sun. And all the facts. And then here you have a little explanation like usual. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep tags on that. I would love to. But it's just that I might end up really cuddling really bad with these guys. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with the tags. For now, just gonna let them on them. They even come with a tush tag that says Celestial Buddies. There you go. This is the sun. I just made some planets with Hama beads. I do have Jupiter and the sun. I made planet Earth, and I still have to make the moon. Oh my gosh, look at that adorable red nose. Can you believe they actually made his nose like that little red spot that Jupiter has all over it? It's just so adorable. So Jupiter is obviously a little less furry. In general, it's a gas ball, as far as I know. It's gonna be a little more like shiny material, and what's really soft here is the hands and the feet. That is something that is adorable. Yeah, really adorable and so soft. You do have a bit of a stripe pattern on Jupiter, just like he's supposed to have. The hands really are. It really feels comfortable to. It's very squishy, and it's very calming to do this. It's like a bit of a stress ball. And especially the feet. Jupiter here on the foot. You have more shades of brown here on the bottom. Jupiter's bottom. So, oh my god, isn't it just cute? There you go. So as you can see, pretty shiny material. And as you can see, it's not much smaller than the sun. I would say something like 10 inches or something like that. The sun is a little larger, but it's like that in reality. And Jupiter is also really large. So I suppose the other planets might just turn out a little smaller, like the moon and like Earth. Jupiter is just giant. So it's a really huge one. He has plastic eyes. His red spot as his nose. And again, that little piece of fabric, that little black hole that's coming out. Their mouth is really adorable. The face expression is very, very lovely. Very, very lovely, really. A beautiful picture of Jupiter. I wish the stripes would be a little more clear, actually. But it's not bad. It's really not bad. Because obviously Jupiter has different, different layers. It seems like there are layers, and it's not exactly like that. But I wish the plush would be a little more accentuating those different colors in stripes. But then you have, I really love the picture. And then I can reach this. Some information about Jupiter. Yeah, I know it's hard. Wait. Effects. And then here we have some information. If you want to read. So I might just cuddle this guy really bad. So I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen with the tag, but I'm really glad he's here. I was afraid that they would be quite small, and I was quite afraid that that Jupiter wouldn't be in stock. Okay, look at her. She's exhausted. So because of that, I wanted to try this out. And now that I know it's awesome, I'm just gonna see if I can collect the others. The sun is so incredibly, it's very calming to pet him over his head. I never thought it would be so calming. It's really stress releasing. Also to hold the sun like this. Can you imagine it actually I can hold the sun like this? That would be awesome, but well, quite weird and warm. Look at this. They're just asking to be cuddled. Look at their face. So these two are my first ones. And I really can't wait to show you the next ones. But they're not here yet, so just wait for the next part of the video. And here I am again, and as you can see with a new box, I am so excited. I just received the two next ones today. Oh my god, there's no way to tell how excited I am. I'm totally in love with these plushies, it's amazing. So, I'm just gonna open it up and show you. Now I ordered the Earth and the Moon. But for now, just these guys. I just love them so much. So let's open this up. So more celestial buddies. Here they are. Isn't this cute? So I have a receipt. And then we have little Earth. And the Moon. Yeah, I know the sun is shining. There's a little sunset behind me, so that is why you have this weird shiny effect. But the sun will disappear soon. Ironically, but there you go. Here's little Earth. And here we have the Moon. which is a little smaller. And here they are. Look how well they go with the others. So obviously, no, this is totally adorable. Especially on a bed with space. A space-themed bed set might be awesome for it. To decorate a child's room. I can imagine this is a great hit for children. They're really nice to hold. They are a nice size. So obviously the sun is the largest. I think the sun might have something like a 12-inch diameter of something like that. It is very furry, so it's very cuddly to hold and really comfortable. He's not too firmly stuffed. At least mine is pretty okay. He's just a very furry ball and actually very comforting to hold. He's really fuzzy. The second in size is Jupiter, I believe, which is quite logic. He is also a massive ball. I would say something like 10-inch in diameter. He's not that much smaller than the sun, but still a little bit though. And they're definitely not the same size. But I really like Jupiter's size, and he's like my favorite planet. So they're made out of a very soft fabric with very short hair and a little print on them, and that is actually what their material looks like or feels like the most. So it's very soft material. The third one in size, which is also quite logic, will be the Earth, but obviously it's quite logic that the Earth in real life might be so much smaller actually compared to Jupiter. So there is a little size. So don't really suppose that the size depends on reality, because actually I don't think it's exactly like that. As you can see, the moon is also quite big compared with the Earth. So don't worry about that. Their size is quite generous. And I know the Earth is a little smaller than Jupiter, but their size is almost similar. Almost. And maybe they are similar. It's difficult for me to see. But there you go. So don't base yourself on real facts to consider their sizes. But obviously, as you can see on my head, so the size is pretty generous, pretty okay, and nice for small hands too. For a guy like the sun, you might even use your both hands to drag him around. So, or for Polaris, there's Polaris as well. I think the black hole feels quite soft. I don't know about the others, how large they turn out, but we will see when Mars comes. For now, that is the last one that I collected. He will just be on his own in his box. So what can I tell about these guys? I really love them so much. They are so soft. I really like their foot tag. It's quite funny. Planets with feet. And the moon is so soft. Oh, Katie, look at this. Look at this face. So the moon has a silver color. I thought it would turn out a little darker, but it doesn't. It has a dark gray craters, and it's missing a few craters on its back. The Earth is missing the Arctic, and yeah, the other. Yeah, sorry, there's a little noise in the hallway. So it's missing a few parts, but the world map is not necessarily accurate. I know it's quite weird, but I think there's a larger plushie of the Earth, which is a little more massive. So far I wasn't able to find it. If I ever find it, I will get it, definitely. I would love to, but for now this one is the only one available. So he has just green parts and blue. The bigger one has more like detail. You can see the Sahara in Africa. You can see some difference and some contrasts and colorings in the land parts. But anyway, I actually found out that this plushie was quite successful. Apparently, people have been ordering them massively. One of them was taken to space, I heard, and I'm glad it was a surprise for the company who made those, because plushy planets definitely it's nice, and I'm glad that someone finally made some. So they call him Earthy, or the Earth. I would love to call mine Spin, after a tiny character that I saw when I was little. I had a nice animal docu about animals in Asia, and there was this adorable grown character, Earth, with eyes and stuff, that was giving all the explanation. He was adorable. I really loved watching Spin, and yeah, that was his name, Spin, because he was the Earth, and he told everything about Asia. But there you go. So I would love to call mine Spin. I'll show you the little tags. They all have the beautiful tags. Just missing a bit of color on the picture. Honestly, I think so. The seal looks black, and let's see. So you have some facts. So far, I let the tags on them. I might actually remove them one day. It's not quite sure yet. But it's about there you go. What is a little too bad for us here in Europe is that they use American units like Fahrenheit and others, which we actually don't use. Hold on a sec. Yeah, sorry, someone was knocking the door. We have my brother and my sister-in-law over, so a lot of children will actually not understand what they're actually reading. That is too bad. So I suppose adults can actually explain what Fahrenheit is in Celsius and other units. Just explain how to anticipate the information here, because a European child will not understand a lot. That's a little too bad. But there you go. Oh my god. So these guys are a little more firmly stuffed, just like Jupiter. Oh, Jupiter is pretty okay actually, but Jupiter is a little larger, so he's more squishy. He kind of feels like a squishmallow. The Earth is a little firmer. Look at the beautiful blue. You do have different shades of blue on it. And whoop, and it goes rolling. Spin, come here. Spin up. He's like his little bummy. There you go. They were so all together. Look at the face. Actually, his face even looks like Spin's face. But his mouth was much wider because he had a smile all the time. And then we have the moon, which is actually fits a little more. He is the size of a massive grapefruit. This is just the size of a, well, I don't know if we use a ball this size in any sports. I would say baseball, but it's larger. It's larger. He's the size of a massive grapefruit. And he actually might be the size of a melon. But one of those that we use here. Not a watermelon. And there you go. Oh, Moon is so cute. So his nose is just a little button coming out. It's pretty white. And they all have that surprised face. I think the face is very accurate actually compared to it's actually like a child's face looking at space. So it's really well done to have this face. And what does it say about the moon? Let's have a look. Take a look. Yeah, those are clearly American plushies. Definitely. So everything it says in English too. But there you go. And look here. Wow. And these guys are just a little more firmly stuffed. Not too firm, not too soft. What can be very comforting is actually touching their hands like this. Sometimes you just have the right level of stuffing in there. It can be quite comforting, the feet as well. I really love touching Jupiter's hands. For some reason, his hands are just so incredibly soft, and his feeties. I just can't stop petting his feeties, but look at the squishiness here. His feeties. I was actually considering getting another Jupiter to cuddle with and when to keep intact, but so far I didn't. Because I suppose I can just cuddle the others more instead of getting two the same. But I have something with Jupiter. I have something with that planet. I have no idea what. So there you go. Is there anything more I can say about these guys? Other than I really recommend them. I'm really glad that I got a little earthy as well. I was actually looking for a plush earth. Maybe that is how I looked for celestial buddies, how I came across them. And here we go, let's continue. So Mars just came today. Actually, it came pretty quick. But this is a very reliable seller. He probably is really annoyed with me placing orders all the time in pieces. But anyway, he sold all of them really reliably. We can all get them here from Astro Shop, which is a German seller on Amazon. But I think it's too bad is the communication. He doesn't really answer your questions. But anyway, he managed to send them all and have them all in stock. So I'm really grateful to have these guys here. And he just sent me Mars, which seemed to be quite a small one. I think his size would be pretty much comparable with the one from the moon. So I'm just gonna open it up, show you what he looks like. And here is Mars. The face. No candy this time? He used to send little candies along. I like to keep the receipt as well. But there you go. It's quite funny. Gonna keep the box, definitely. So here's Mars. Oh, how sweet. Look at this. And here is Mars. So in fabric and in face composition, he's pretty much similar to the others. He has little patches, little flecks of white and or more like paler parts on him. Obviously, see. And he has this beautiful little fluff up here, which seems to be an icy area. It doesn't seem to come off too easily. And it explains inside the tag what it actually is and where the name comes from and all kinds of stuff. So this is the little message that Mars carries with him, that he's a ready buddy. I didn't actually notice those adorable little messages, but I'm quite sure that I recorded the tag closely enough for people to read. And this, if I can this time, open it correctly, is what you get to read inside. You can just pause the video if you want to read. And there you go, and this beautiful picture of Mars here. Our little neighbor. So, well, compared with the others, he's pretty much, yeah, well, those plushies are quite common when they come in shape. They're all round and all quite squishy. So they almost feel like squishmallows. You can actually compare it to them. It's not exactly the same fabric, but it's pretty much close to it. It's quite common and very comforting. It's like a little stress ball too. And like I said earlier, it's quite calming and comforting to put the little hands here too. But I gotta say that Jupiter's feeties are definitely the softest. I have no idea why. So when you see Mars, you have the little foot tag, Mars. And the shape, actually, the feeties have a nice shape for the plush to sit. So it's not that it's gonna roll over. You can actually settle the plushie like this, that the name actually faces to you, and the plushie is well sustained. I actually have a look at the moon. You can see that Mars and the moon are pretty much, yeah, comparable in size. The plushies. It's possible that Mars is a little larger, but not much. So I would say something like 10 inch in diameter, something like that. Maybe this one is 11 inch, but actually maybe not, because the sun, compared to the sun, look, it is really big. This is the really bigger one, and I think Polaris is also quite large. I really like the sun. And he's actually a little different with all the fur on him. And so indeed, and as you can see, the feeties, they look nice when they stay up, and they look nice for sitting. So gotta put Earth next to Mars. Sorry. Oh, my arm still hurts. I had a shot yesterday, and still hurts. As you can see, Earth is a little bigger, not much. And the moon, give you a nice view. And Jupiter is our little giant, of course. He is actually, well, bigger than all three of them. But I can really recommend them all. Jupiter as well. There you go. I suppose for now Mars is the last one I'm gonna collect. Because like I said in the previous part, they take a lot of room, even though they're not that big. But round plushies are, yeah, really difficult to keep. And I have my big COVID-19 virus, I have my big Death Star, I do have a few circular plushies. But I was actually quite, yeah, I really like Saturn as well. But I'm not quite sure I'm gonna collect Saturn immediately, or, well, I don't actually know if it's ever gonna happen. Because I really like those little guys, and I would like to give them the attention I wanted to give them. And well, you gotta say, those plushies, they all have the same shape. So the question is it necessary to get more? So I'm not quite sure I'm gonna collect the whole gang. I can really recommend it, absolutely. But I'm not quite sure I'm gonna give each and every planet or a star the attention it needs, because they're all, like Mars and the moon, are pretty much the same in shape. And so I collected Mars, in which I can really recommend. Look in my hand, look how sweet he is. But I cannot really assure you I'm gonna collect more. So if I do, you might see in the next videos. Because well, collecting a whole gang like this, I mean, it's not really me. Depends, of course, but these plushies are quite similar in shape, and I would like to cuddle all of them. And I might already have too many to cuddle and to so because of that reason. But I must say they are amazing. Personally, I would have tried to make some prints a little more realistic, but I have to say the personal touch with the faces, and it is really creative and adorable. Look at the moon, look at that face. And then you have Jupiter with that little nose. And yeah, well, there you go. If I ever find the larger Earth plushie, I'm bound to get it, I know. That one I don't want to miss. But for now, it doesn't seem to be quite much available around here. So for now, just keep with these guys. I'm glad with these, I'll actually collect these ones here. And if I ever want to collect more of these, well, it's bound to happen then. But for now, I'm not quite sure I'm gonna collect more of them. I really like with the colors, the yellow, orange, the blue, the brown, the tan, the gray. But you have all the colors there. They're amazing. Ouch, sorry, my arm. There you go. Is there anything I can tell more about Mars? Not something that I'm missing, I think. They're really soft. They're really nice to hold in a hand. They can be nice for throwing around as well. But there's no way to attach them. If you want to attach them, for example, to some mobile sun system that you're making, they do not have any places where you can attach them. These are really plushies to put on a bed. So, and there's just one thing I should bring myself to is cut their tags. I don't really want to, but if I want to give them the attention they need, or more like the attention I want to give them, to cuddle really bad with them, is to cut the tag to make it easier and keep them somewhere. But for now, I really like their little messages, and there you go. So that is why I'm not quite sure I'm going to collect more, because I don't know where this is going to end. If I have an answer to this question, I definitely will. But there you go. So Mars came. I'm really glad. He was so fast, by the way. Look at those eyes. Also, these guys are not necessarily cheap. So I think I have more than $100 here in my bed. More, actually, than that. So that is, yeah, wow, there you go. But I can really recommend these guys if you like the Celestial Buddies, if you wanna... I've been wanting to find plush planets for so long. And I wonder why nobody ever came up with the idea, because I had this idea myself. But I don't have a company that produces plushies. There you go, the sun, earthy. Jupiter is definitely one of my favorites. I was thinking about getting a second Jupiter, but for now I don't, because of all the reasons I just told. But Jupiter is really the one I want to cuddle so bad. I have something with that planet. And then the moon. But they're awesome. They are just incredibly adorable. So there you go. I think I'm going to end the video here. I really hope you enjoyed all my unboxing of the Celestial Buddies, and I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!